I dressed that way. If you saw pictures of me, you would just freak out because the crazy hair and the clothes and the everything. But even our high school, because there was a lot of kids that did bad things. You know, it's a high school. This is America. There's, you know, lots of groups of children. They're doing bad things. They're doing drugs. They're leaving the school and they're not supposed to. And so every high school has a small group of people. No one is supposed to know that they're the security, but they're like hiding, but they're there. I don't know. It's really silly. They knew me, and they knew that I'm not like these other kids. So if I was leaving school, they didn't ask me, where's your excuse or where's your paper? They'd know, oh, she's okay. She's not like the other ones. But anyway, so but high school was good. I just, you know, I was very into my studies. I was in the honors English, the very high level of English. I was into theater. I liked to do the sound, like recording the sound for when we would have musicals and plays. And I would run the big board with all the sound equipment. I would do that. I learned all of the ways of movie making, like a spotlight, how to do the spotlight on the stage, just the things you do to set up the play. It was called stagecraft. We had a special class just to learn how to do theater and this. I didn't like to be in front of the camera. I liked to be the one behind doing the thing. So I did this for 4 years. And I was sure that was going to be my profession, that I was going to go to Long Beach, Cal State Long Beach, and go into the sound. I wanted to do sound technology and maybe work for, I don't know, either a theater or go into movie production to sound. I was very into the sound. But anyway, so that was high school, and nothing extremely remarkable, just normal. It was good because I made friends. It was the first time in my life I stayed in one place, so I could make friends. So I remember feeling different than the other kids because, like I said, I was listening to this kind of music that most of the girls, they were, you know, having relations with boys. They were doing drugs. I knew girls that were pregnant and getting pregnant in high school. There was a lot of pressure from a lot of the big, not my close friends, but the bigger circle, to do these kind of things. We would go to see bands play music, you know, go watch music and see bands play, and everybody would be smoking and drinking and doing this, and they would look at me like, why aren't you like that? I didn't have boyfriends. I felt weird, though. I felt that there was something maybe wrong with me because I guess the way I conducted myself in high school did not attract. I didn't have, like the other girls were trying to get the attention, and I wasn't. I would rather have the friends, just the friends. And I guess, I don't know, but it was a little difficult for me because I was different. I was not like them, and every girl I knew had a boyfriend. They were all, you know, like pairs everywhere, and I was the only one not like that. So, and I don't know, I always felt a little strange because I didn't do the things everybody else did. And I don't know, I guess I was more responsible too because of my brother. I didn't have time in my mind to waste the time with that, you know. And then I had to go to work at 16. My mom was just struggling. It was very difficult, and she's got, you know, kids, and she's alone. There's no she didn't get child support. She didn't get help. So I was at an age where I wanted clothes. You know, I started to, you know, to want things, which we all get that way. And my mom told me I can't do it. And I wanted a jacket, a special jacket, because of the style of the music. I wanted this special kind of a leather jacket. And she said, I can't do it. I'm sorry. You know, you have to get a job. So I went to work. So now I'm taking care of brother, going to school and studying and working 4 days a week. So we do from 9 to 12, the grades, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is the high school. Oh. So you start when I was 13. I was a little young. Most people starting at 14. I was 13, and school started September, and I turned 14 in November. So I started a little bit young. I graduated at 17 years old. I was 17 and most are 8.
Yeah. Even in that period, the ladies were pregnant. How many? Can you say any person?
2. I knew 2. One of my friends I knew personally, a friend, a friend. She got pregnant 16, and she had her baby. I think twins. She ended up with 2 babies.
There's another, you said, 2 you said?
Yeah, I knew another one. I didn't know her. She wasn't a personal friend. Very young, 15, 16, same age.
They were in your classroom?
I knew them in my circle, of friends that I knew.
No,
yes.
You know what I wonder, from one classroom, how many? 1 or 2?
Oh, no, maybe in the whole school. Because where I went to school in Redondo Beach, at that time was considered a very up neighborhood. And so even the kids that were not doing good things, they were not, they were hiding it. They were trying to be smart about it so no one will know. They come from it's not so much, but even there, they were getting pregnant. They were having abortions. They were doing all kinds of, there was a lot of that.
Even few people from 100 students, for example.
I think in the 4 years that I went to the school, I know for sure I knew 1, 2, 3, probably 6 people in my group that I knew who they were that were pregnant, but they don't see. In my school, they wouldn't tell people. You wouldn't know. The girl just would stop going to school. She would stop going. She would go home and go to teach at home. They wouldn't go to the school because that school, it was not okay. Now, my daughter, I have a big girl. She went to Carson High School. And in this school, the girls are 14, 15 years old, and they're coming with the baby pregnant. They're coming to class.
How many percent of the students do you think?
When I went to high school, less than that. Now, much more. They weren't living together. They were coming to school, go to one class, then they would leave the school, go someplace, some park, a car, somebody's car, a park, any place where they could find, and they would do this stuff, and then the girl would end up pregnant. Because now they talk a lot about education, and they teach now the kids a lot more, and they have now birth control in the high schools. But when I went, no, they didn't have that. The idea was if you talk about it, you're going to make them do it. If you give them birth control, now they're going to go and have sex. This was the mentality. So there was no office in the school where you could go and get something. So the girls just get pregnant. They just get pregnant. Because they're not going to tell mom and dad. They're not supposed to be doing it. I mean, there is no parents in this country, unless they're crazy, that are going to say, yeah, do it. Even if they're not a religion, it's not okay. It's not okay. I'm going to tell you the truth. When I was in high school, if there was 100 people, 100 kids, if 10 of them were not doing anything, 9 wanted to. It's not because they didn't want to. It was so pressure to be having relations. Oh, there was so much pressure to do it. Pressure from each other. The boys, they're going to the PE and they're playing sports, and all they're talking about is the girls. This girl. I'm with her. I'm going to be with her. He's with her. She's this one. And the girls, same thing. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, I like him. Oh, Friday I'm going to his house. There's such pressure. And like I said, for me it was difficult because I just had a different mentality. I didn't care about that. I had so many real important problems, not this stuff. And they would ask me, oh, don't you like him? Oh, do you think he's cute? Oh, this and this. And I'm like, what? Yeah, whatever. Okay, sure. And I had friends, though, that were boys. I had friends, good, my best friends in high school, closest friends were boys, but I never like had that thinking like about that kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe I was strange, I guess. Everyone told me I was strange.